Hello and welcome, especially if you managed to find me today because the clocks have just changed. So if you were planning to join me at 9 o'clock, you have done very well to find me. As always, questions take precedence, but this week I have a new toy. In my video on 2D shape, I commented that I didn't have magnetic polydron because it was too expensive for me to afford. And I got in touch with the company and said, I'm going to make my video on 3D shape and it would be really awesome to have some. And they sent me loads, which is great. What an amazing company. So I'm going to focus on the magnetic polydron today, just to give it a chance to focus on it and explain what it does as a material. It is the most amazing thing. I'm just next door at my dining table, so I've got some space to do all this. Hello, if you're there, it'd be great if you say hi. If you've got any questions, just say. Otherwise, I'll get on and explain about this. I've got videos continuing to go live. I've even lost track. One on angle size went live yesterday. One on angle rules will be going live today. Right, what I'm going to do is change my camera around so you can really see this stuff. Now, last time I tried to do this, it all went pear-shaped. I just want to flick the camera. Here we go, and turn that round so we can see the table here. Hi Uther, great to see you. So you're going to get to see a bit of this, Uther, and if you come at Christmas you can play with this stuff and it is just awesome. So let's look at the kind of work we do with magnetic polydron. So we start off with work on the flat, looking at tessellations of shapes. Which shapes tessellate, which don't, why. I covered a bit of this in the video on angle rules, which goes live at 9:30 today. So obviously triangles do tessellate. Just put that in shot. And when you look at any point in the tessellation of triangles, you can see that the points of 6 triangles meet there, and therefore the angle in an equilateral triangle must be 60 degrees because it's a 360-degree turn split into 6 equal parts. Similarly with squares, if you put them together, let's just grab some squares. You're going to get 4 squares meeting at point, and your 360 must therefore be split into 4, so it's obviously a 90-degree angle, everyone knows that. A bit nicer with hexagons. We put the hexagons together. Three hexagons meet at a point, therefore the angle in a regular hexagon is 120 degrees. Same logic. Sadly, there aren't any octagons, so I can't show you the octagons and squares one. That's in the video, which goes live at 9:30 because I've used different material for that. Magnetic polydron, its main limitation is it only goes up to hexagons. Now, let's move away from the flat and start to explore regular polyhedra. Polydrons are 2-dimensional, polyhedra are 3-dimensional. So if we look at triangles, regular polyhedra have the same configuration around every point of the shape. So if we created a shape which had 3 triangles around every point, we would get an equilateral triangular pyramid, and that of course is a tetrahedron. That's the simplest regular polyhedron. But if we expand it out and put 4 equilateral triangles around every point. Now we move to the next point and do that as well. Oh, didn't mean for that to close. This point here has only got 3 round. Now it's got 4 and I've just got 1 space to fill. And there we have an octahedron. Oct, just like octagon, means 8. Octopus, it's got 8 faces. They're all equilateral triangles. That's what it looks like. Now we can carry on because we could put 5 triangles around each point. So I'm just going to open that up and pop an extra triangle in. And then we have this, and we move to the next point, and we're going to need 3 extra triangles there. In they go. At this point here, we've got 3, so I'm going to pop another 2 in. And on we go. Let's pop 2 in here. Oh, that's only 1 has gone in. Pop an extra 1 in. And so on. That's 4. Just carry on paying attention to the points. 5 there. And let's just pop in, finish this off, 2 in there. This stage it wants to seal itself up, so I'm going to just keep that apart with my thumb. And I've just got 2 left to go in here. Pop them in as these. There we go. And if we count at the faces, there are 20 faces, and that is an icosahedron. Icosa relates to 20. And there, of course, we have all the regular polygons based on a triangle, because if we go and put 6 around a point, it's flat. So we never get a 3-dimensional shape. If we play with squares, we get the cube. If we go on and play with pentagons, let's see if I've got enough here. I think I have. You can create something with 3 pentagons around every corner. It turns out to have 10 faces, fits together really nicely, really smoothly, really easily with this apparatus. It's just a joy. Go, and that is a dodecahedron. And then you can go on and make shapes that are combinations of regular polygons. There are videos that are less than a minute long showing how you clip the net together of this on the flat and then just pick it up and it all drops into shape, and they honestly work. There is so much maths in this, so much fundamental geometry that's just missing in the curriculum. And of course you can build nets of many of the standard primary school shapes, and children can explore which nets make a cube, if you put 6 squares together in different ways, which of the ways will fold up to make a cube and which won't. That kind of task. Get children thinking in 3 dimensions. It's brilliant for fine motor skills because you have to have great control or these shapes collapse. Another classic bit of geometry. If you extended each of these faces, what kind of shape would that create? And you can build that one as well. I've got it just here. Here's one I made earlier, Blue Peter style. This is a stellated icosahedron. Very nice. And of course, children can just be creative, which is wonderful to see. This is something my daughter created earlier. This is a house similar to something she'd make in Roblox or whatever building package she's using. And if you do this with cubes, you can think about volume, reason about volume. And the ultimate motivator here in Liverpool, I'm just going to show you one more before I stop. The ultimate motivator here for everything is football. So a big challenge for a child is to make the polygon that is a football. And it is made, I just organise this slightly differently, by starting with a pentagon and putting hexagons around it. So that's a corner. Each corner has 1 pentagon and 2 hexagons, and that continues like this. Just turn this over so it's a bit prettier. Going like that. If I put that down on the ground here, and continue to build upwards. I've got 2 hexagons here, so I'm going to need a pentagon, and then hexagons around the pentagon. But I'm going to need to keep this balanced, so I'll just build up A little bit like this. I make it look easy because I've been playing with this all week. It is not so easy. And the degree of control needed for this is quite high, but it's also just something that primary school children will get because it's so enjoyable to do. They'll just stick at it because it's a wonderful material to work with. Carry on, build that up. There are lots of videos you can find on the internet of people playing with magnetic polydron, so you don't need me to do it all. Sorry, that's touching. Pentagons never touch pentagons in this pack. And if you're wondering how you can afford this stuff, primary schools, most primary schools have a PTA or an HSA, a parents association. And the thing they love to raise money for most are things that the kids and the teachers are really enthusiastic about over a long period of time and are really going to love and are going to last forever. And this ticks the box perfectly. Yeah, you might need to invest a couple of £100 to get a reasonable amount of it that you're going to be able to really enjoy. But that's the kind of price point these bodies work with. So I know I've run one. So if they're not responding to your requests, get yourself on as a teacher rep and just enthuse about it over a long period of time. And you'll find people raise more money when you're really enthusiastic about what they're going to spend it on. And you're clearly desperate to have it. And there we go. One football. That is how a football is put together. Right, let's just pull you back to say goodbye. So if you've got magnetic polydron, if you're doing any projects with it, please leave a comment, please let me know. It is the ultimate extension material. People are always saying, oh, my year sixes, they've flown through everything. I've got 2 or 3 who've flown through everything. What do I do? Well, it's geometry. They can be building nets with cards. They can be exploring geometry in 3 dimensions and connecting all these ideas about angles, 3D shapes, nets, precise drawing. A lot of the children who are flying at maths aren't necessarily brilliant with their fine motor control and their detailed drawing skills. They can design nets, explore this stuff on the internet. And it's a huge motivator for the other children to get up to the standard where they're able to engage with this stuff as well. Okay, that's enough for this week. I have had some other fantastic freebies this week as well, but I just wanted to focus on this one today. I'll tell you about a few more of those next week. So if you've got any questions, please just leave them as comments or questions now, because I'm going to sign off in about 30 seconds if I've not got any. Hope you'll enjoy the video on angle rules. Hope you find it interesting. That's going live at 9:30. I had to put it live Algerian time because of the clock change here. YouTube was not coping with scheduled timings today at all. We're now on Greenwich Mean Time or Universal Standard Time, UTC +0, but that's not an option that exists on YouTube just now. I'm sure it'll catch up with it soon. Okay, have a great Sunday. It was terrible weather yesterday, but it's sunny today, so I'm going to go out and get some fresh air, and I hope you get a chance to too. Bye for now.